I'm going to be discussing about my nursing journey and why I left the bedside. Number one, freedom. Number two, I wanted work-life balance. The work-life balance wasn't that okay for me. Then number three is nursing bullying. I don't know why. I don't know who turned us to to this. If you're a senior nurse, you then ride on the what's it called, the junior nurse because you are a senior nurse. No, I don't do that, and I don't know why. I know there are few good ones, yeah. So, but the bad plenty. Started from when I was in nursing school. There was an intern then. She she treated me badly, like as if she shouted at. There was a time she shouted at me. She told me that she instructed me to do something that I didn't do it. I was like, no, you didn't tell me. I wasn't the one that you told. She was like, no, then there was a time she also told me to like what's it called, write. That time I was like fresh. You told me to write nursing, I think nursing notes, but thank God that I've worked somewhere, so I do write it. So she was very shocked that I wrote it very well. She was very shocked that I wrote it very well, but she was like, when she the head nurse, when she comes to when the head nurse came, she said I did very well. She did. It was even my nursing notes for that day that they used, my reports for that day that they used. So when I graduated, I only worked in one hospital after I graduated. Because the experience was very bad. It's really not really traumatized, but I had to like stay home for like 6 months without working. Like I was like, it's better for me to just sit down at home. It's better than for me to be working. So I had to like stay before I had to get like inspiration of what to do, which work am I going to be doing and all. So when I was working, the experience was very bad as well. And the what's it called, the staffs, they were a bit nice, but there was like all this gossip, all this backbiting, all these nurses there, they gossip, oh God, I beg. So there when I was working, it was like an endoscopy and a surgery hospital. So there was a time have you ever cleaned? Is it nurse cleaner or call you? Have you ever cleaned? Like they literally told us that nurses, we are the only one that are going to be cleaning. When they didn't trust the cleaner, but why we call it a cleaner that I cannot trust? So they told us to be mopping the endoscopy room and the surgical room. So I'll share a video there while I was mopping. So we always mopping, I think weekly or daily, if I'm not sure, or when you're on shift, morning shift. So you are going to like mop the endoscopy and the surgical room, which was bad. And after that, after being a cleaner, they told us that have you also been a security nurse? That's a cleaner nurse, not a security nurse. So like they have gates, it's like an estate, so we are the ones to open the gates. I think later on they collected after we complained though, that's when they collected security guards. So but for the meantime we're doing it. Even with the security, because sometimes they will sleep, we have to go and open the door ourselves. Then we also on the generator as a nurse. So whenever they take off the light, because the inverter was not really that working, it was having fault, so we have to like on the generator. I have an experience hospitals being short staffed, because I think there was a night that was having higher hand a chief, like just an assistant. So I was the senior nurse, the registered nurse there, and there was a patient on oxygen, and his SpO2, we're still trying to manage his SpO2. I think it was like maybe 75 or let's say 80. I can't remember. So we are still trying to like maintain. I think they were 97, but we're trying to like maintain. It was not really normal. It was a night shift. They took off the light. Hey. So I told the assistant, go and tell the security to on the generator. They went outside, they were like, hey, they had to like pour fuel inside the gen, and I said, God, I beg. The hospital was already going low, and the patient's mother was already shouting, no. I said, I have to like tell them to on the big gen. Later the client's SpO2 became normal, and that was fine. Then I think another thing is like toxic environment. I can literally live anywhere. If I've even worked for 1 month, I won't live. Like there was a time I worked like 2 weeks and I didn't collect my salary before I left. I prioritized my mental state, my mental health than any other thing. Anywhere that's toxic, count me out of it. So another thing is low pay. Nursing, I even started without I think 100K. My own is even good. There are some people that they will tell them that 60k, 50k, I feel like saying 40k for registered nurse, and it's because of choose sha. But why will you tell a registered nurse? Do you know how much you pay in school? Another reason why I left bedside nursing was because of stress. This was always stressful. Like most of the time I usually have like back pain, which I treated for long. I had to take analgesic and all those things and exercise. So it was like very stressful for me to some extent, even though it was I learned, and but it's not a waste of time. And another thing I would say, they were really short staffed in where I started from, where I worked. So I only worked on a place because I had to leave. And so it was nursing generally, hospitals generally are always short staffed, mostly short staffed. Then I would say is bedside is not for everybody. Yes, and bedside is for some people. So it's not because I left bedside nursing, other people because they say if everybody leave bedside nursing, who are those that will be taken care of? Well, there are people that are very, very passionate about bedside. Like there's whatsoever they are facing, they still like it. So kudos to them. And for us, we got to leave. So after I left bedside nursing, I stayed on for like 6 months to like think. I also worked at an HMO company, so it was a bit stressful as well, but it was better than bedside. Yeah, so that's like an office role, corporate role. So we have to like approve verifications and requests. We have to like respond to mail like plenty mails, respond to calls and other. It's when they say pressure is that side. Like you have to be on your guard, you have to be like standing, you have to like be active. And as call is coming in, email is coming in, the management are coming to ask you questions, all those things. Client are release her like causing trouble, escalating issues and a lot of things. So I enjoyed there. I think I worked there for like 5 months. Yeah, so before I like transitioned into aesthetic nursing. So I have been enjoying aesthetic nursing now, like now that I've transitioned, and it's been good. Yeah, as you can see, when I was in bedside, I was very lean, God I beg. So but thank God I'm better. So I'm discussing with you guys much more about aesthetic nursing, how I transition, what I'm doing, and lots more. If you want to transition, you are welcome. We are not toxic, we are loving people. In the comment section, I would like to hear our experience. If you are still working at the bedside, or you are planning to transition, where you want to transition. We said there is medical virtual assistant and all those more. That was like tech. There are other things I'm doing, but aside nursing, yeah, I'm not into it too. So maybe later on, but let's see. But I've been enjoying for about a year now in aesthetic. I've been enjoying it. Yeah, I'd like to hear more about your experience. If you have any experience while you're in school or after when you graduated, when you are working, if you like it, if you like to transition. Aesthetic nursing is interesting and very, very sweet, but let's see how it goes. I'm going to explain. There are also cons, but it's still better. Yes, it's still better. So I don't know why in nursing, apart from the toxicity, the stress, the low pay, and so many other things, they say nursing is lucrative. They say nursing jobs are everywhere, but it's a lie. I don't know why. They are, even though maybe they are, but before you have to like pick the one that you like and that is okay for you, maybe the pay that is okay, the location that is okay, it takes time, and then seeing them can be rare because nursing jobs are very rare. Yes, they are very rare. It's not everywhere, like it's everywhere, but all I say is it's not that much. Or people, they are registered nurses that are chatting me up that please, if you let me see work, if you let me see job. Like when I was looking for a job as well, it was like I had to stay. I have friends now for like I think 3-5 months now. They've been searching for work. Why is nursing like that? And they say nursing, there's job everywhere and all those things. Nursing is the great. That's why our parents will tell us can't do nursing, can't do. I'll tell you the reason why I even entered nursing. No, nursing was Well, let me just say, nursing. When I was small, I've always had passion for like caring for people and all. So it was not as if they forced me into nursing whatsoever. No, I love nursing. It's just the work environment and some other things that made me to leave the bedside. But I still care for people and all. So I don't know, but for the job aspect, I don't know why it's that what's it called, not rampant, and like it's everywhere. But before you see the one that is good and okay, it takes time, and I don't know why. So it's well with nothing. So even though you travel out, the stress is still there, and for people you like to like juggle different what's it called shifts and all the stress, you don't have time for yourself. So why nursing? Why is it so stressful? I hope you enjoyed this, and if you like to see more about my transition into aesthetic nursing, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, like it, subscribe, yes, to my channel. Yeah, so we can discuss more. And if you are new here, I'm Tomiwa, an aesthetic nurse. I'm a registered nurse who transitioned into aesthetic nursing. Yeah, so you like to hear more about me, about aesthetic, about nursing, about health and lifestyle, kindly subscribe. Yes, video. Yeah,
Hello
bye.
guys, see you in my next video. Bye.